Turns out we're all just figuring it out along the way, especially me, especially right now. I moved to Montreal a year ago, and this is my first time living outside of the US as an immigrant who doesn't speak the language. I'm also in the midst of a career change as a creator. And lastly, I'm $100,000 in debt with no job, no credit score, and $0 to my name. And yeah, I'll be filming the whole climb up this mountain. Hey, I'm Kay Short, and I'm starting this second channel about becoming a role model while actively figuring out what that looks like. I remember being in my apartment in 2016. I recently graduated and I just left my college town. I was already on YouTube and I was filming a new video, and I was sharing what it felt like to be at the bottom of yet another mountain, deep in a hole, wondering, what do I do and who do I turn to? Thankfully, I dug myself out of that hole and climbed that mountain. But now we're at the bottom of another, and I find myself asking similar questions. But this time, I'm not looking for someone else. I realized that back then, I was looking for me, but 10 years later, and I was nowhere to be found. It turns out, I was in hiding, thinking that I wasn't good enough or qualified enough to show up and share what I was learning. Now that I'm at the bottom of yet another, I want to do things differently. I want to show up for my younger self. Not only myself 10 years ago, but my 10-year-old self. As a first gen in the States, as an only child, queer, tomboy Filipino, whose experience of loneliness was a unique one, a feeling of belonging everywhere and nowhere at the same time. I want to share with them the 8-year retreat that I took, what I broke down, what I rebuilt, and what I'm now rebuilding from ground zero. Sure, I still feel those similar feelings from the last mountain. What if I'm not qualified? What if I get judged? What if I get criticized? What if I get rejected? What if this mess is too much to watch? But the thing is, most people wait until they're at the top of the mountain to share how they got there. I'm tired of watching the highlight reels and reading the victory story. I want to read and show you how I'm overcoming these obstacles in real time, step by step, brick by brick from ground zero. Because I believe that the act of creating myself is actually the answer to all of my questions I've had over the years. You don't wait until you become by actually doing the thing, especially the thing that you've been avoiding. And for me, that was showing up on YouTube. The obstacle is the way. Because the reality is that when you're at ground zero and your back is up against the wall, this is the point where anything is possible because you have nothing left to lose and everything to gain. So what will that look like? Some weeks that will be me learning about myself, learning about being in a relationship and life and business. Other weeks it'll be me working through the doubt, the grief, the transition of becoming a creator entrepreneur. Some weeks I'll get the opportunity to share other people who are doing the damn thing and getting to share not only their stories, but just my observations so that there is evidence that this is possible, especially when we feel like giving up. And I'm sure there's going to be some weeks where it'll just be life as it is, sharing something that excited me, what I'll be trying out for the first time, maybe 30-day challenges that I feel like taking on, and things that are currently working and not working. So this channel is for the people that are in the messy middle and are in the transition of creating and becoming their highest vision of themselves. Not the spectators or the critics in the crowd, but fellow travelers and pathfinders who are finding their own way and so happen to be picking up the clues from someone who's just a little further down the road. And remember, when you are picking up these clues, take what you think will work for you. Toss what doesn't, then adapt and make it your own. So again, this is for that version of me that was sitting alone in my apartment 10 years ago. Well, here we are again, but in a different place and in a different way. But this time, I'm not going to leave you behind, and I'm definitely not going to hide. So I'm showing up and sharing with you how to build a new foundation, step by step, brick by brick, from ground zero. My name is Kay Short, and welcome to No Role Models. Let's build.